Macaroni. La bobo. Mais macaroni, spaghetti, meatballs.
Good morning, afternoon, evening everyone, and happy Mother's Day as well for anyone who is celebrating Mother's Day today. It's March the 22nd, 2020, in a world that is changing every day. I'm hoping everyone is safe and sound wherever you are. Sending my best wishes to everyone who's watching this at the moment. And today it's episode 8 of the Managersim Phoenix series. Thank you very much for all the comments from the last couple of episodes. The viewing numbers seem to be going right at the moment, which is pretty cool. Episode 6 has had nearly over 40 views now, or episode 7, which was only released on Wednesday to be fair, has had about 20 views. So thanks very much, and keep pressing the likes to the videos please, because that will get word around this YouTube world about how great Managersim is, and who knows, it might attract more new members to our ever-growing family. So this is going to be mostly on the Youth Academies and youth players, so I will not spend much time looking at the Youth Academies this time. We're going from top 20 now to top 10, so let's go straight to that. Just make sure I'm on the right screen. There you go, so we now go to the top 10 Youth Academies, and for the first time it's now 10 and not 20, because I'm making sure we'll spend a lot of time on other things. We've got a lot of really good stuff coming out in this episode. We've actually had some manager feedback as well, so many thanks to those who have sent me some articles, and we will look at them later. So let's look at the top 10 Youth Academies as of the last tick that's just happened, which was the 11 AM 12 PM tick in Europe. And at number 10 we go to a club I know very well, because it's my own club at Anderlecht. Oops, and I keep going to the wrong country. Anderlecht, we're currently 10th. I'm getting some really decent youths in. I'm losing players though, because a lot of people are using the big contract clause, which some of my players had already. And so I'm trying to make up by actually buying some new youth players in. We'll talk about the game world in more detail later on, and what's going on and stuff, because some of the old habits are coming back to the game world, which isn't really no surprise. So 10th is Anderlecht then in Belgium. 9th we go over to Germany, and it's Borussia Dortmund, currently second in the league under Eric's. Eric's side is second. So they're doing really well. We'll just have a quick look at those players. We're not going to spend so much time. No point looking at my Anderlecht players. We haven't got any decent youths yet in the actual academy. So he's got some really good youths there. So we got this trimmer here who seems to be really good. So one thing I could do, one thing people have asked me to do, is when I spot some decent youths, is actually use my reports. So here we go. So I'm using my assistant report because I've got some credits that could actually do that. So David Trimmer, let's have a look what the assistants say. He's an 8.8, so he's going to rise about 11 points. So he could eventually become a 91 midfielder. And he's got some really good stats there as well. So yeah, could do really well. Let's go to England for number 8, and it's Man City. Man City currently 5th in the table under Morton. Morton has also sent me some interesting articles about a couple of other players to look at. So I need to go and look at that in a minute. So yeah, I'll just look at that in a second. So Morton's Youth Academy players, he's got the full academy of 15 players, and he's got some good youths, including Davidson here, who could do really well, and Baker here. If I just quickly go to my Facebook and Morton, and Paul Cook and Thomas Atkinson. So they're the two players we're looking at then, Paul Cook and Thomas Atkinson. Oops, the wrong screen. We will look at Mbappe soon. Sorry guys, there we go. No, that's not the one. It's over here. There we go. That's something I'm going to show much later. So I'm trying to find these players again. Is it Wilkinson or Atkinson? Did I say Atkinson? Oh, I've completely forgotten who the players we're looking at because I just got sidetracked there completely. Cook and Atkinson. There you go. Cook, where are you, Mr. Cook? I can't. Oh, there he is. He's right down there. Oh, wow. He's at Nîmes on loan. 93. Let's see his potential rating. His potential rating is 9.7. He's a 9.4, and he's also got the elusive win titles. This is a really good player then. He's going to go up another 3 points, which means he's going to be a 96, and his secondary stats are amazing. So, yes, Morton, you've got a really good player there. And Atkinson is the other player he told me about. So let's go and look at Atkinson. Is it Atkinson or Hutchinson? Oh no, Atkinson, there he is. And this is another youth player, only 16 years old. He's already scored a goal in the Premiership. This is like the Rashford in real life. So Atkinson, he's a 10. Wow, he's going to be a 10 and win titles. So thanks very much, Morton, for letting me know about these guys. So he's going to go up another 13 points. So he's going to be a 97 striker. With all these could be going up a number of points as well. And he's only 16. Wow. This could be one of the stars of the future. It'll be interesting to see how this guy progresses in the next couple of seasons. So Morton, let me know, please, how he gets on. So let's go to Poland for number 7. And that is the side currently bottom of the league, but they have got one of the best youth academies. So Dr. Art, and there's his side there. He's already playing one of them, guys, Peach. I wonder why he's paying Peach, because has he got a good review? Let's have a look. Peach, no, he's not. He's not a very good player. So sometimes it doesn't always mean that, but he has got a decent youth side there. So let's go to, let's flip back these screens again. Let's go to England again for number 6, and it's Leeds United and Roland's side, who's actually asked people if they want to take part in the Youth League, by the way, for 21 years or under. I'm going to stay out of that. I'm just going to watch with interest. After doing a Donut Cup with Elfsborg, it was all right, but we had so many rule and regulation problems. I'm going to just stay out of it this time. But Roland, yeah, Roland's doing an under 21 club. If anyone takes part, then go into the forums, which is this button in, and say you want to join. I'm sure some sides want to. So he's at Leeds. He's got he's got potentially some really good youth players here. So let's do, as we always, let's go and look at these players and do an assistant report. Let's do Humphreys. Let's do he's got 2 goalies, potential good goalies, and let's do Pickering as well. And let's have a look. Jacob Humphreys is an 8.1, so he's going to go up 11 points. So 79, so he will drift off into the nether. Thornton, the goalie, 7.8, and Pickering's an 8.2. So no real outstanding youths there for Leeds. But I'm sure that we go back to Leeds. Okay, sometimes the game, there's no shortcuts in this game sometimes. So you have to go really the long way round. And we go back to his side. And then he go. So let's look at maybe some of these players who may have come from the youth side. So yeah, this guy was bought. Faulkner, he was bought. Now, let's just see if he's done what I think a lot of people are doing at the moment. No, he got him on the free. Actually, that's good. Good to see that. A lot of people are getting 16, 17, 18-year-olds, and they're getting them from clubs that have not got human managers. I'm using the big club clause contract. And they have to pay a little bit double, but if they got the money, they can do it. Like, look at this Cox. Now, this Cox is a youth player. He was a youth player, and he promoted him. And so let's look at his rating. I'm expecting it to be really good. Yeah, a 9.9 is a 9.3, so it's going to go up another 0.6. And also, he can win titles. So this guy could be a 99.99. So this is going to be one of the defenders of the future as well. So, Roland, please let me know how this guy progresses the next couple of seasons, please. But anyway, we need to concentrate on the Youth Academies top 10. So we go to Switzerland and St. Gallen, currently second under Diogo. And some really good players there. Again, if no one sends me reports about their players, I'm just making my assumptions here. These are only my opinions, who I think might turn out to be really good or not. If you do not give me reports telling me who you look at, like what Martin correctly did, then I can't make assumptions. I can't make what you think are going to be really decent players. So please send me reports on who you think your top youth players are, and then I'll definitely look at them. Follow Morton's example, basically. Right, I'm not going to say Lance and Galen because we still need a lot to do today. So we go to the Faroe Islands for number 4, and it's 07, which has probably got one of the most unique titles. Dref Fridge, which has got probably one of the most unique manager names as well. Faroe Islands, who respect, they're not got many big stadiums. Their players are not very skillful in the game, not in real life. He's got 33 players, quite a big side, and I'm trying to see if he's only got... Yeah, so no, this guy was loaned. So he's bringing some loanies in, which is really good for Faroes, because he should do really well. Let's look at his youth team. This also gives him an opportunity when you're in a country like Faroe Islands, where most of the skill value players are under 100,000, that potentially you could play really good youth players a lot of the time. So he's got some really good youth players coming through there for Faroes. So I'm expecting him to play a lot of his youth side, because of course he probably hasn't got much money in Faroes either. Oh, Thursday 8th of November. In real life it would be my birthday. Woohoo! Happy birthday to me. We go to the top 3, and we go to Italy now, and currently the side in Serie B. The current leaders, Serie B, unbeaten as well, under Andre. Andre, very respectable, really good manager. Let's look at his academy as it looks like at the moment. He has got potentially some really good players in there. Let's look at Broccoli. Great name. What's he like? He's an 8.4, so he's going to go up 16 points. 6.8 to 8.5 is 16 difference. So potentially he could go up 16 points, I mean. So he could be an 86 defender there. Has he got any other decent youth players coming through? Yeah, what about this La Mantana? Oh my god, this La Mantana Mantia. Great name. 28 years old. Oh no, he's not a youth player though. I was looking at that thinking, wow, that was amazing for a youth player, but he's 28 years old. This guy's got really good stats, secondary stats. Oh, he came from Germany. Yeah, anyway. Let's go to the top 2, and we'll welcome return to the top 2. We go back to Scotland and Hearts. Rangers are not even in the top 10, who were in the top 3, I think, 2 episodes ago. Christopher. Now, Christopher's done a lot for me, so we will mention him a lot in the meanwhile, soon. He's currently second of Hearts. He's got a good report of how he thinks the season's going on, so we will read that in a minute. So thanks very much, Chris, and wow. I'm impressed. Are these all his own youth players? Yes, they are. So let's do reports. So there's Marshall, Adam, Scott, and McKimmy. So you can see how he's putting a lot of money in, and he's getting some really decent players. Now, he's also got quite a few players like this guy here. He was a former youth player, and he's in the first team now. We've got Christie. Was he a former youth player? Yes, he was. So there's loads of youth players he's got into this side. Any others that will hit me straight away? Pearson. Pearson, is that a former youth player? My God, it is. Wow. You've got a gem of a side here now, Chris, with all these potential youth players. Right, that's enough. Let's look at the reports. Oh no, let's pick this 16-year-old striker youth player. Yes. Wow. So let's have a look. He's got a 8.6, and this one could go up another 8 points. So he could be an 81 defender. So probably won't play him as much. Probably would sell him. Marshall goes up another 8 points. So he could be an 8. Oh, have we just done Marshall? Sorry, we just done Marshall. Adam, yeah, go 0.9. So he could turn up to be an 87, 82. Yeah, could be good squad player, actually. We go to Lewis Scott, just an 8.2. He won't progress anymore. So you can see there, that there's no before and after, so that means he stays as he is. So he will stay at 82, so he'll probably get sold. McKimmie, yeah, he's a really good one. 19 points, he could go up by another. So he could go be an 83 and 84, and all this could go up to 19 points. So he would be a really good squad player. Cody Watt, an 8.5, so he goes up by 16 points, so he could be an 88 defender. Tyler Christie, 22 points, and he could be an 89 defender. So he's got really good players coming through here. And we've got a 9.5. This is Pearson, and he could win titles as well. He's already 8.7, so he could go up to 9.5, which is 0.8 progression. So he potentially could go up to 96 or 89, and wow, another star of the future. And Martin is another one, a potential captain as well, titled national team player, and he could go up another 10 points. And so he could be a 95. Wow, this could be one of the top Scottish players in the future. So Chris, please let me know. And of course, all you guys who are watching this series, this is potential transfer targets. Chris is saying, oh shit. No. But Hearts are not number one. Number one is Kay at Liverpool. Liverpool currently 4th in the Premiership. He's got the world class. Let's see. And yes, he has potentially got some really good youth players there. Scott, Brady, Steele, to name a few. Then he's got some that have come through, like Les Knight, who's a potential captain. He's got Fry. You can see they're youth players because the own product is blank, which means they've come from that club. Wow, he's got Duffy. Is he a former youth player? He's an England. Wow, he's an England international, and he's only 17. That shows you that we've got to have a look at him. Actually, I think I have looking at him because I think, yeah, here we go. We've got some reviews that Kay actually sent me about, so we will look through here. I thought I'd done it already. This is Michael Duffy, the 17-year-old English defender, and yeah, 0.7 win titles. All these are good stuff here. So he could go up to 100 in tackling. Wow, 100 player. He also told me about Perotti. Perotti is going up 17 points. He's already in the first team. That review was a little bit old, so it might not be full 17 points now. It might be 14 or 13, something like that. But that could be a 90s player there. Again, this is what people do when they send me reports. I can actually spend time looking at them. Lampard. These reviews were done on the 2nd of October tick, so it's about a month old, these. But so the 8.1 could well be a... Well, let's have a look. Actually, I've got points to spend. He's now an 8.4, so it has actually gone up 0.3. So all these could have gone up by 0.3. So he's gone up 15 points, which puts him at 99. Another really good player. Nielsen, so he could be a 7.6 nil, but he's only 8.3, so yeah, not as good. Teddy Som. Are these still Liverpool players? Oh no, these are Danish players. Sorry, these are Andres players. Andres, who's done an amazing job regarding the top 10 youth players currently, and we will look at them. So he sent me a list of his players. So we've got on. Let's have a look. Here we go. We've got a one at 12 points, Barker, who's only 17 years old, and he could be an 87. So again, if you send me these reports, guys, and if you could just send me the value as well, like send me a copy of the report or something like that, because you can reply, and for instance, you can copy all this, right click, copy, and then put it in your mail to me. It saves me looking at them and spending points if you want to. So this guy could go up by another 0.7. So he could be a 94 or 90 to 94 defender. Faxguard, yeah, 8.5, not bad. Wolf, yeah, okay. And then Collins. Yeah, so that's another way you can send me reports, guys. If you've got some really good youth players coming through, all you need to do when you get your report, because remember it's free when it's your own club, is right-click or highlight all the text here, right-click, copy, and then forward it as a message to me. So what you do is you reply, well, you reply normally. You send them an email, like for instance, what I did to Andres, and do a reply and then put the report in there. So Liverpool are top youth academy. So Liverpool were top, Hearts second, Virtus third, 07 fourth, St Gallen fifth. So there'll be another top 10 report this time next week. But we're now looking at something brand new. Now this is the top youth players, top 10 youth players in the game world as from the November the 1st tick. So this is about a week old. And also, if we look at the screen, this does not include the Spain, Belgium or Italy because they did not have their youth reports done in time. So Andres has done this for me. He's done an amazing job. Andres is at Copenhagen. So please say your thanks to him. He's spent a lot of time looking at this. He did the top 20, but because of time, we're gonna just do the top 10 today. We'll do top 20 soon. So we're gonna have a quick look at all these players. And the cool thing about this is I can actually click on the player. So we go to the first player, which is Thomas Hammock. Let's make that a little bit bigger for you guys so you can see what I'm looking at. Thomas Hammock at this is in Germany, isn't it? So all I need to do, if it works, is it not letting me? There we go. And he's at Binefield, 410,000. Binefield are a AI side, so let's do the assistant report and let's see what they say about him. So go back here, click on there, and there we go. He's a potential 9, so he could go up 12 points, which means he'd be a 96 defender. So I'm sure someone is going to. The Fritz is out there, the Heidel's out there, all those top managers thinking, I'm going to try and nick him. Do I sound bitter? Yes, because it's happened to me once or twice at my clubs. I'm losing players on big club causes because people are putting money in and I can't say no. Well, my board prevents me saying no. So Hamid is a week ago he was number 10. So we go to, this is in Portugal, Iger, who's now in the national side. Now Septul have got a human manager. So anyone who's trying to get this player, you might not have much luck. So Hamidul, Hyperluti or whatever, I can't pronounce that name. What is your rating? You are an 8.6, so he could go up by 10. 88, okay, pretty good. I can't remember where all these screens are. I've got so many screens open. Calvin Marshall at Hearts. We might have looked at Calvin already. No, he's in the youth side, so he might not have. So let's look at his assistant report. I'm starting to learn here. I have to revamp that. There we go. 8.6. So he could go up 8 points there. So an 81. So no, I don't think he's not going to be, no offense, Chris, nothing special. One thing I need to do, actually, always do when you play Managersim, guys, always do a little bit of housekeeping. And what I mean by housekeeping is don't have so many messages because then, like me, you'll lose track on where you need to look at next. There you go. A bit more manageable for me now. We've got Igor next. Igor at Estoril. Here we go. Prime example, guys. This guy was rated one of the top youth players about a week ago, and Roland at Leeds has nabbed him already. On the free transfer. Oh, okay, he hasn't nabbed him, to be fair. This guy was actually released on the free transfer, so this is well spotted by Roland. So, yes, Roland, actually, you've done really well here. So, I need to just refresh my screen there. But so I can actually see what it's about. 10 points, okay. So this guy go up to 93 striker, and he's already scored a goal. And yeah, fair play, Roland. You've done really well there, mate. I've got so many of these screens open now, so I need to do a little bit of housekeeping here as well. There you go, because we're talking about Ronaldo later. So we got Lewis Scott at Hearts, so another Hearts player. I think we've looked at Scott already. No, we haven't. No, we might have. I've forgotten. Lewis Scott then. So what's his assistant report? Refresh that. Go back to my mail. An 8.2. And only, yeah, we have looked at him already. And because I can remember that 8.2 and staying at 8.2. So no offence to Chris. Nothing really special. Now this guy in Troyes. So we've got someone in France now. Troyes, I haven't got a human manager. 17 years old. We're going to have a assistant report and see what he looks like. Again, I'll have to flip through a couple of screens here, guys. Oh, wow. Yeah. Could go up another 14 points. Win titles. So, guys, if you're watching this video, you might need to put this guy in your salt list. This guy is going to potentially be a 99 midfielder. His secondary stats are okay, not brilliant, but he's going to be a 99 midfielder. So you could probably might want to yeah, buy him when he's released. He could even be released on a free transfer. Can you imagine the free transfer market race for that player if he is released? I bet you some of you now are looking at him, writing that name down, thinking, I might go for him later. If he's even if he joins the club full time, people will still go for him. We're getting into the juicy stuff now. We're now into Portugal again, who have got a human manager, I can remember. So this guy has been promoted, and yeah, I can see why he's been promoted. And he's 7 appearances, 5 goals already. Let's look at his rating. Again, I need to... Oh, that's an easy way of doing it. Wow, 9.7. He could go up another 11 points. A 99 striker. So, who's that playing this? Luis, yeah, you got a really good player there, mate. Top 2 then, Callum Parks at Chelsea. Top 2 about a week ago. So this list could already be updated. Again, this does not include Spain, Belgium or Italy. So Callum was got promoted into the full side. He's at Chelsea, who have got no manager. So let's see what the assistant report's doing here. I'm saving you guys a lot of job here. Let's click on that. Wow, a 10. I'm expecting people to put bids for this player. He could go up another 9 points. He's got all the decent stats here. He's at 3 million, 17 years old, soon to be 18. He could go up another 9 points. So I'm expecting people now writing thinking, oh, thanks, Mark. Find another player I'm going to bid for. But you need, I'm guessing you need at least 9 million or even more if you're a smaller club to get him. And some clubs, you'll just say no. So a really good player there. But who's the top? And it's at Leeds. So Roland's got the top player. He was rated 2.6 million. He's now 3.8 million. So his value is rising up. And Jeremy Cox, who we looked before, we know all about him. He's going to be a 99.99. So that's the top youth player of a week ago. Again, big thanks to Andre about this list. If he could do another one this time next week, that'd be great. Any comments about this, then please let me know. But there you go. That's what the top 10 youth players currently in the game look like. Well, currently as of November the 1st. And it does not include Spain, Belgium, Italy. So hopefully this time next week we will have Spain, Belgium, Italy reports. Andre couldn't do them because they weren't available in the game. So he wouldn't know who are the top youth players in those countries. So let's quickly go around the rest of the leagues and stuff because time is getting on. Again, I'm trying to limit each episode to about 30 minutes because there's so much good stuff happening and we need to focus what's going on. I'll just notice when I click on that, does not give me the top screens here. Interesting. So, but it does there, thankfully. So, life in Georgia. What's happening at Trubisi? I'm sure all of you wondering what's happening with my own side. We're after sort of like a bit of a strange couple of games. We actually are returning back to form and we're top of the table and we're starting to pull ahead now. Match form has recently been, yeah, see, there you go. We lost 2 games and now we've had 4 straight wins. We're doing really well. We last win was against Rustria, which my board actually said very good. And we're also still in UEFA Cup, which I'll feature later, which we're against the Croatian side. So I'm hoping we'll get through round 1 because it helps our money situation. Our squad's looking pretty decent. We have got a large team. We're getting board warnings about too many players. And please bear in mind, guys, the board warnings currently have not been switched on yet. But when they are switched on and you get a warning about unhappy players, that will take some points off your board rating. And when it gets to a certain stage, you'll get rumours, you get your board announcing that they're not happy with you. Please take it seriously because you will get sacked for no reason and you get shocked. It happened to me at PSG in the previous game world I didn't think the board warnings were happening. Well, I was getting board warnings, but my general opinion was I was the best manager in the world. And then suddenly, I got sacked, and I lost. It's still a sore subject. My PSG experience, how I left that job, which I was a manager for 25 seasons. But please take notice of the board warnings, because Burnham, they're turned off at the moment. They will be turned on soon, and so every time you get a warning in your inbox saying unhappy players, take notice what they're saying to you, okay? Because I know, for instance, Fritz, no, nothing against Fritz, but Fritz did have at one stage 55 players or 50 plus players in here. He's got 52 players in his squad, 15 defence, 15 midfielders, 12 attacks. When the board warning things happen, Fritz has got serious problems. He could lose his job, even if he's doing amazingly well here. He's only, yeah. You can see in clear notes here that the board warning has not been switched on yet, because if it was, then Fritz would be out of a job very quickly. But he's building an amazing squad here. But he's using one of the, yeah. That's all I'm going to say. Basically, he's doing an amazing job at Bournemouth. I wish he's going to do really well here. We'll go around the leagues soon. But when the board warnings are switched on, and you'll lose points for having, I think you need 7 players of each division, then each position, then Fritz has got problems, I'm afraid. Big problems. But other teams as well. For instance, my Tbilisi side, I'm just under that limit, so I will have problems. Everyone will have problems, but I've never seen 50 odd players in one team though. So my life in Georgia, we're doing very well. We're top of the table, still in the cups, and we're still in Europe. So let's quickly go around the leagues. We'll only feature a few leagues today because this episode's already going on for quite a while. So England, we got Tottenham with Heidel at the top. Heidel, nicking my player. Man United are second, Bournemouth are third, Liverpool, Man City. So the top 3 teams are pulling ahead there. So, but again, the top 7 sides all going to Europe. So England's naturally quite strong. We go to Spain. Again, poor Barcelona. Barcelona, the only human side in Spain. So sadly, we won't feature Spain too much. Sorry, Barcelona. Sorry, Dave, but because there's just no one there. Just Dave, and that's it. And I'm doing a high voice. Portugal, really starting to be a really good competitive league. It's getting quite close between these 5 sides. So top at the moment is Sporting under Marco. But Martimo with Gregor there. Third was Benfica. And I think Porto got recently a new manager or something like that. So yeah, really interesting there. Germany, 4 teams now, because Bayern obviously is in this. And we've got Sandhausen on the side in second league. But we've got Leverkusen still 4 points clear now. So Burnham's Leverkusen are top of the table with Dortmund second and Schalke third. Italy now. Milan are top of the table and they're pulling way ahead. Milan are doing really well, 12 points clear. Thiago's doing an amazing job at Milan. Second is Lazio under Patrick. And then we've got a fight between Inter and Napoli. I'm glad I didn't go to Fiorentina because I would have been kicked out by now, because Fiorentina wanted a top job. So Napoli, Internazionale, which is Inter Milan obviously. And then the top 2 are being the same top 2. We go to Turkey, where it at one stage was one of the busiest leagues in the game world, is now turning to be a little bit more empty, but it's still got quite a few decent managers there. So this side are top of the table with 38, joint Thomas and Galatasaray, and they're pulling ahead. That Besiktas manager is still there, which is a surprise. Oh, because he's been logging in, but they're still bottom. Hopefully they'll recover soon. We'll go to, whatever leagues can we quickly go to? Let's go to Netherlands. Netherlands is turning to quite a nice league. Feyenoord at top with Ajax second. Feyenoord under Mathieu and Ajax under Ivan. So that's turning to be really good. And finally, we'll go to Belgium. And where I am, well, we're not Lord Donut, is where I am. Me, Mark. Antwerp are top, so it kind of hasn't changed since the other game world. Squeaky chair time, sorry about that. Antwerp are second, top. There's good battle between me and Club Brugge. Club Brugge beat us, but now they're starting to drop points while we're starting to regain points. So it's going to be a good little battle between those three sides, and we're pulling ahead of everyone else. But it's still not too late for managers to come and join us. Yes. So that's what the leagues look like at the moment. We're now going to do the final bit of this episode. Again, because it's been going on for quite a while, we'll do. Oh no, there's someone was going to show you actually. The top players in current football, and where are they in the game world at the moment? So let's have a look. First player, Cristiano Ronaldo. He's at Real Madrid, 33 years old, and he's still playing. He's only playing 2 games. His stats are not excellent, I suppose. But of course, he's only been in this game and 1 season. So that's Ronaldo. Messi, Lionel Messi's just been moved to Bayern Munich. He's only 30 years old and his stats are still pretty decent. Really good secondary stats there. So Bayern Munich have just bought him for Barcelona for 1.5 million. Oh my God. 1.5 million? Dave, you only sold him for 1.5 million? I suppose his age. He'll be 31 soon and his stats will go down pretty fast maybe. We do not know. And the last one we look at is Mbappe. Mbappe, one of the most current top strikers in the world. Haaland, by the way, is not in the game. Oh, I can't find him anyway. So I can't feature him today. And he's done amazing. 40 appearances, 10 goals. Man City, and they bought him for 17 million. Wow. From Monaco. So, Morton, you must be having a lot of money. I wonder how you're getting your money. Some good transfer deals, I'm sure. And the International Cups Roundup is the last bit of today. So we're International Cup Roundup. Champions League has played their second games. They're the current status of all what's going on in the Champions League. Oh yeah, we got reports people have sent me as the final bit, sorry. And then we got UEFA Cup. Round 1 still. My Tbilisi are in this. We'll do these cups more detailed when they get into the closing stages, I think. And then let's go and I'll show you what Chris has sent me. The new game world. Here we go. There's a lot to go through. So let's make this a little bit bigger for you guys so you can actually see it. So I'm not going to read all this because it's going to take ages. But Chris, you've done an amazing job here. Thanks for this. This is definitely one of the articles of the season. So currently you're going to win because that's the only one really I've got. Sure, it's harder. As economy it would be harder, but improved game, this is very possible. Now, the state of the current situation, Hearts. Struggled. They've got some really good players. Oops. Pouring money into the academy has therefore already played off. Yeah, they got an amazing youth academy. End up in the Stockton national team, find a way into the man. Sadly, we struggled to find the right keeper. Keepers are hard to find actually in the game world. Potentially, we've got 3 managers at the moment, and I think that if we stay here, we could build a good league. This is really good, Chris. I'm just skimming through it now because I've actually read it all beforehand, and also you guys can read this. So Scotland, yeah, they've got 3 managers. We didn't look at the Scottish League because there's just 3 teams there. Rangers, Hearts. Rangers top, I think. Hearts are second. Potential of the game. Now, this is the important bit. Now, Burnham, pay attention. Please, yeah. I'm going to read this out. Potential of the game. Sadly, I think there's more of the same. I have to agree at the moment. I really enjoy the game and I believe it has a lot of potential. Again, I agree. But there are too many issues that need fixing and improvement. Finance, training, strategy, player skills. I hope I'm wrong, as I would love to see the game grow, but the speed of improvements again and getting new players is simply too slow. Okay. I love that Burnham brought the game back. Yeah, we all do. As it's a great pleasure for me to beat mates in the game now, as many years ago. But I feared that as is the rate of pace, it will slowly die as the old players fall from the game one by one. Please prove me wrong. There you go, Burnham. Please prove them wrong. His predictions, though. He predicts that Hearts will win the league, of course. Tottenham will win England. Milan will win Italy. Fritz and Bournemouth just might win the Champions League, but could face good competition from Vic and Dortmund. Yeah, this season's Champions League, I think, is going to be one of the best of the game because everyone is new. we won't have teams dominating as they will do in the future seasons. I think Fritz might struggle later on if the board warnings happen though, so we'll see. What do I think about the game so far? The game so far in its really early stage is great. We're all really enjoying it. It's nice to see a lot of managers taking part in this, but I'm fearing a lot of the old habits are coming back. Managers are looking at computer sites throughout the whole Europe and getting players on big club clauses. Transfer market seems a bit not really busy at the moment. The free transfer market is very quiet because, again, it's still very early days yet. The same managers are winning the leagues at the moment because the match engine is still the same match engine. And so even if it's a great idea bringing the league back, a new game world back and new managers taking part, I do feel that in, say, 2, 3 or 4 seasons time, the old habits will be coming back, and we're going to start to see another version of Game World 1, the original Game World, with the same managers winning the same leagues, dominating the leagues, and we're going to be hit by the same problems again. I'm trying not to be negative here because Burnham has done such an amazing job here bringing the game back, but things really need to change in some areas. And yeah, it's beta testing, remember, and I'm hoping we will change, things will improve, and I'm sure they will. But anyway, that's enough from me. Thanks very much for this quite long episode. I hope you enjoy what's happening. Please send me comments, and again, please send me likes to the videos, because if you send likes, then the word will get around more about how great the Managersim is. I'm looking hard at the view numbers. Again, if the viewing numbers start to decline and go down a certain number, then I will stop doing this series because there's just no one watching them, to be blunt. But at the moment, we're doing really well. Anything over 30 views is really good for me. So please spread the word around about Managersim, what a great game it is. And please watch these videos and let me know what you think about them. So that's me, Mark Donut Donny, signing off. And episode 9 will be out in a couple of days' time. So goodbye, everyone, and take care.